Hello everyone. I finished the Tree of Heaven journal, and I mentioned that I was going to use the extra pages to make another small journal. So I actually finished this one this morning. I'm kind of still thinking about the closure though. I'm thinking maybe like something with a cord that you do the little wraparound thing with. Anyway, we'll see. But I wanted to go ahead and make the video because I need to get started on another new project. So this is just one signature, and I'm just checking to see if I'm in camera. And I had this school supply catalog of drawing materials. It's kind of had a lot of interesting illustrations in it. So I bought this, and then I just thought, well, I'll save the cover because I kind of like the cover. And it's nice to have something that's already made and I don't have to do a lot of decorating on it. So this one has a lot of the same materials that were in the other Tree of Heaven journal, but some new stuff too. And then here's another one of my tags inspired by Artie Mays with some collage, gesso, little stamping, and then this butterfly, which I added glossy accents too, so kind of has a little sparkle. And some handmade paper here. This is another one of those in paper pages from a big encyclopedia that I really love the designs they put on those. And then I just stitched some of that handmade paper around the edges to kind of give it a border. And inside is one of my little clusters there. And this is a page from one of the old books I got recently at that used bookstore. And what I like about it is it has a little line of text from the book, and the thin part, whatever that is, onion skin, and then the illustration, which is beautiful. And it's just kind of tacked down there, and that's the way it is in the book. So another little corner tuck spot, just a simple little journaling card with some paper on the back. And this is a page from this, it's a department store book that I picked up. It was 1910. It's called The Wanamaker's Diary, and it has these pages in it that I guess were supposed to be useful for their customers to just keep track of their bills and whatever in there. So this is a page from that book. They're pretty fragile, so I have to stitch them down when I use them because otherwise they kind of break. So this is some of my beet dyed paper, and I thought it looked really nice with this picture from the Humboldt County book that I have. Beautiful pictures of Northern California. So I was going to put this in the original journal, but it just didn't seem like there was room. It is so pretty with those photos. And here's a little tag I made. This is some like a really old little envelope that stamps came in. It's all yellowed, and I thought it made a nice background. Another cluster. I used tea stain paper with some little bit of stenciling with blues and greens. This is a page from the original book, the drawing materials book. So these are some kind of compass drawing tools. I'm not sure what. And from my old ledger book that was kind of a teacher's ledger with grades and stuff in it. This is a page from that. And some Chinese poetry, which I love. And a collage tag I made. Oh, that's part of an old greeting card. This is some of the National Geographic paper. And this is a page, I think, from a magazine. It had some interesting pictures in it, so I decided to use it to make this pocket. Yeah, this is what I really loved, was this Ansel Adams photograph of a pine cone. Um, he was such a great photographer and took so many pictures at Yosemite in the 60s that are just amazing. Some music book paper. This is another page from the Humboldt County book. And a postcard. Hard to believe this is supposed to be Taos Canyon. Does not look like New Mexico, but really pretty. Beat dyed paper, handmade origami paper, like rice paper pocket, and then this little tag here with a butterfly with the glossy accents and the dandelion fairy. And I got a bunch of these old little calling card things that people used to use. This one actually says in memory of, so it was, oh, there's nothing inside of it. So I will, or is there? I thought there was. Okay, I'm going to have to look for that. I think there's supposed to be something in there. And then this is also a pocket too. So I just don't have anything in there. And so here I just kind of made a flip out with this that's attached to the beat paper, so it gives 3 pages of writing right there. The old teacher grade book, and some extra paper I tucked in here, and then some. This pocket has a piece of handmade paper in it. So this was one of my clusters I made that was kind of big, so I turned it into a tuck spot, and then just an old illustration from a children's book on this side, and then a little collage on that side. A page from an old children's book had some tears in it, so I used napkin collage to kind of do a little repair work. Another page from the that art instruction book on painting, those old Walter Foster books that they're huge. I like the illustrations, the paintings in there. So this was an envelope that I tea stained, and I used it as a page so I could tuck a few things in here. A couple of those little art prints. And then on this side, one of my clusters. A tag made by my friend Dee. These are made out of book pages that are folded over, and that makes a little tuck spot there. She did some collages with tissue and washi paper and these beautiful little cards. So thought it would look nice right here. This is the center, so I have these little circle things on the strings and some botanical drawings from an old science book. So this is just a little pocket I made. This is more of the botanical drawings, and then this is some Tim Holtz tissue collaged on there, and a page from an old encyclopedia. Had pictures on both sides, which worked out nice. There's the rest of the envelope. Put a cluster on this side also. And on the inside is an affirmation card about creativity. Another, just checking to see if I'm still in the middle of the picture. Another little tag I made, or cluster, that I used as a tuck spot, and a playing card with some writing space on the back. So that teacher's ledger it's just huge. So I am able to kind of turn it into a folding out page. Here's all the record of attendance for April 1937. And a mushroom print. Can you see that? There we go. And beat paper with a pocket, children's book illustration, and a beautiful old postcard. Just some added note paper there, stitched down. That's the title page from that Humboldt County book. It's called Humboldt Wild. And just some little picture cards from the encyclopedia of some animals you might see out in the forest. Isn't that gorgeous? So I had ended up with this little extra bit of page here from the Ansel Adams Pinecone picture. So I decided to invent something. I don't know. Anyway, I took a book page that I liked, folded it in half, and then put note paper inside. So I have this little extra writing space here. And the whole thing just folds over like that. And so here's some more of that teacher's ledger. As you can see, I added a little spraying just to make it a little more decorative. But there's lots of writing space in here too. Just a picture I found on Pinterest. I really liked it. I don't know if they're supposed to, if this is how they always dress, or if they're kind of trying to dress up like witches, but I thought it was kind of cool. And just a little page from an old book there on the back. This is from the Wanamaker Diary. It has spaces for you to write for each day, and I love this one here. It says, keep a thing 7 years and it will sort of do. Pretty wise words. Okay, a little pocket here, and an empty blue chip savings book, which could be actually used as a notepad. And an old envelope, which I turned into a pocket for an illustration from a children's book, and I just stitched it on some of this handmade paper just to kind of give it a little extra sturdiness to put it in this pocket. And that's the end. In the back here, a postcard from Jacksonville, Florida, the Oriental Gardens. That's it. So I just need to put the closure on here and this will be done. Thanks for watching.